Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? I see you over there on your get down, man.
Oh yeah. We ready?
Yeah, man. We should be up and running and live and ready to go. I'm
All
gonna double
right.
check and make sure that we good, man.
Yeah,
Since we
no
get a chance to
doubt.
chop it up every now and then.
That's right.
But we got Benny Hertz and Aunt Ski in the building.
That's right. Hey, yep. That's my little monocle from a couple of eons ago. You know, old Ansky still going.
Yeah, you still going, man.
Yeah, shout out to me also for being Grammy considered this year as well for the Mega Evers project and Revolution with Sam P. Adams featured on Sam Adams single Revolution and Ski considered 2025 for the Grammy. That's 2 years in a row.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't know, now you know.
That's right. That's right. And I was, I got a chance to engineer on some of that work.
That's right. Ain't no doubt. Like, everything come to the house. We've been on that for the longest.
So, man, it's like holiday season, and
that's right.
It's rare that you and I get on, but
that's right.
We got some things in the works, and I don't want to just throw everything out into the atmosphere.
That's right.
But at the same time, it's like this has been a really good, positive year for a lot of good things, right?
Man, for sure. It's been elevators, man. And, although elevators go down as well as go up, it's definitely been going up. And I'm very grateful and humble for our ascent, in doing the work as community as well as the music and mentoring and all the stuff that we've been doing, man. So, and shout out to you, man. I just want to, I watch how, even though we partners, we ain't always got time to kick it. You know what I'm saying? So some of the stuff I learned is by watching you and how you move and the quality and depth of your social media engagement, man. It's on another level. Like, I can remember not listening to you and then seeing you do the shit and teach other people how to do it, and then I come in last and do it. and now I'm watching you just take off, and I'm watching people engage with you, and you don't hear from them no more. And what they're showing me is they not on the same platform that they started on, and they elevating, and they ain't got time to sit around and wait on the buzz. They gone. And so I'm grateful for that, man, that you are able to actually take people that takes you serious and give them some tools that they can actually use and benefit from, man. Action is everything, man. Execution. 25 was the year of execution, and you stopped talking and started executing everything that you've been saying, telling them. So
yeah, I think. In hindsight, hindsight is 2020.
That's right.
I knew in 2025, and you and I had talked right before I had the back surgery that I was going to do something different.
That's right.
Right. And, I kind of had a plan, and then I created a plan, and then I started following the plan.
That's right.
So I kind of like to, a lot of times you walk it like you talk it.
That's right.
And your Ant is action, not
talk. That's right.
Everybody asks where Ant Ski come from, and it's action, not talk.
That's right.
So, I learned a lot from you, because throughout our history, like you said, we don't always get a chance to kick it, but we'll tap in, let everybody know what's going on.
That's right.
I look up and Ant Ski doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
That's right.
So I kind of took a lot of that up under my tool belt and just, you ain't got to broadcast it, just do it.
That's right. That's right. They see it when it's over with. Shout out to University of Alabama and the Juvenile Justice Summit. That was awesome, man. It's so much going on. First, I want to send a shout out to all the nonprofits in the city of Birmingham that's making this place a better place. One thing it kind of get my goat, it's what they say,
grind your gears.
What jam my Glock? You want to know what jam my Glock? Man, when people saying ain't nobody doing this, ain't nobody doing that. And it shows the extent of their knowledge because it's people out here doing so many good things, man. But because we sit down on social media and we not privileged to that information, then we send out a blanket statement as if we really know what's going on, and you don't. And there's so many organizations that's out here making the world a better place, man. So shout out to them and the artists, though. Man, I was privileged to judge the Flourish. Shout out to the Flourish.
Shout out to the Flourish.
I was privileged to judge their annual poetry slam, high school poetry slam at the Birmingham Public Library. And it was intense. Like I thought I was gonna be able to be out judged from high school student. No. If you never judged a poetry slam, like it's so many rules. 8 seconds after the first 3 minutes, if you like, it's so many different rules and how you deduct the points and half a points for certain things after the first 3 minutes, and so it was amazing to see those high school students put so much life into their words and performances. And a shout out to Parker, shout out to Rams. That's right, Ramsey, build up. It was so many different traditional and non-traditional schools.
Okay.
That man, shout out to build up. They had some of their first time poets even won $50 in certain categories, man. Okay. It was really beautiful, man. So shout out to them and the artistry that's coming up behind us. Oh man, the high school on fire, man.
You know
they
what?
On fire.
I love to hear about the youth, right? Because we both interact with the youth a lot.
That's right.
And from a talent aspect, one of the things that we also wanted to implement when we first started the center was to help them mold their talent, not to change who they were, but to mold it.
Mold it, that's right.
And to see fruits of our labor that have come from here and the way the city is growing. We always like to point out the bad.
That's right.
And like you said, what jams my Glock.
That's right.
that's my new phrase, right?
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
You know what really jams my Glock? Man, I'm tickled.
I got that off one of the social media people, influencers, you say that all the time. When I saw it, I was like, okay, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? I feel that coming from the street.
I like you say, we point out so much of the bad, right?
Right.
And there's so much good going on. And the thing is, we don't highlight as much of the good as we should.
That's right.
And it kind of goes to like, so there's this trending topic going around
that's right,
that a lot of folks been talking about, and that's the F the streets, right?
That's right.
And I'm trying to keep it clean. That's one of the things I'm working on, by the way, for this year, this coming up year, is to work on. And I like to think that I have a very educated vernacular at times, but
that's right.
I'll get down in the streets and in the gutter.
That's right.
And I'll cuss. A good MF sometimes just makes it feel better.
I mean, I feel that.
But
I do.
I'm working on not cursing as much. So you looked at me like, what? Magic? You ain't gonna curse?
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Coming from being an artist, and every contest we got in, they restricted me to, no profanity. But then when you look at who performing, that's all that's going on. That's all they play on the radio. But you gonna tell me I can't cuss? Never been a fan of that. Never been a fan of that.
For sure. But when we talk about the F the Streets campaign,
right? That's right.
And we talked about how people say, damn the streets. And in my eyes, it's like, I'm really from the streets. You know, when I, my grandmother from Titusville.
Right.
Every summer I came, I was in Hooper City. I lived in California. I lived in the LAs and in the Richmonds. You know what I'm saying? In the hood. You know what I mean? And I was blessed to have a mom that worked really hard to try to keep me in really good situations.
Out the street.
Out the street.
Right.
But, mama worked 2 jobs. So
right.
I was in the streets, and I turned out okay, right? Not to say that I didn't make some mistakes along the way, but the thing about it is that no one really threw me away.
That's right.
You know, no one threw me away, so I can't say that you can't throw away the streets.
That's right. That's right. Because the streets is just what it is. And so for me, I got some strong feelings both ways. You know, I'm definitely from the streets. You know, I think more so now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's fuck the trap or F the trap, because the traps of the street is what it's gruesome and trauma filled and bad. It's all the trap, because everything in the street ain't bad.
No,
you know, so I think more so the trap. Then you gonna have some hustlers talking about no F the trap. We from the trap. Like, I understand it both ways. You know, no doubt. And that's kind of what we created here at the Crescent, the cultural trap. You know what I'm saying? With a safe space though. So it's not necessarily a trap, but we use that terminology and that vernacular to capture our audience. And so I understand both sides. 21 Savage, you know, and I understand Brazy. You know what I'm saying? Saying, you know, my grandma, my granddad died in the street. And when you really look at it, maybe you should take that as an omen to walk away, bro. Your grandma and your granddad died in the street and you watched it. Like, yeah, it might be time to walk away from that.
Or move differently, right? Because I'm no longer a street cat.
Right.
I'm a product of that, though.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I'm a product of that. So that's the reason why I can relate so well.
Right.
Because I've been through it, got the coffee mug, the t-shirt, and all the trouble that came behind it. However, when I decided to really step away from that, it wasn't that I didn't want to bring folks along with me that had the desire to walk in a different path.
Right.
And sometimes because people haven't been exposed to a different path.
Right.
You know, I think we talked, I saw a post that you made and it kind of touched me, right? Where you're talking about at the basketball game or something. And
football game.
Man. And the parents was up there blowing, you know. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not a cannabis person that indulges, although I have no problem with it, right?
Right.
But to do that in front of other youth,
that was it.
You're encouraging the behavior at a young age, because these kids are looking up to us. You may not think they looking up to you, right? But they looking up to you in such a way to where they think, okay, mom and daddy do it. They out in the public do it. That's the thing to do.
And you don't see that as the streets until they become defiant, until now they don't listen to you, till now nothing can deter them from the gang, from the set, from carrying the blicky with the switch and, you know, passing the bleeds back and forth, because you showed them and you taught them that the entire time, regardless of what you was telling them. You taught them to do this. And so now it's impossible for them to listen to you because they've been watching you. They never listen to you. They always watch you.
Yeah.
And so that's the part about, you know, if the streets is now the parent want to say, you know, I don't know where he get that from. Or why I provide for him. Now you provided the streets for him. I just being real about it. You know, me, if I had a son, I am 100% sure I would have provided the streets for him. Because he got to be harder than me. He got to be tougher than me. I had the wrong mindset at the onset of having a child. And after I found out
that's
I had
why God
a daughter,
gave you a daughter.
Yeah, when I had a daughter, she taught me how to love. I thought I knew how to love.
Yeah.
No, she taught me how to love for real. And so I'm understanding who I am and where I come from. I've been building since she's been born. Had I had a son, maybe not. I know I would have been destroyed. I would have been taken. I would have been showing him how to be a quote unquote man, which I didn't know. I ain't had no daddy to pull that from. The men that I looked up to, I learned how to be a man from penitentiary.
Okay.
Just real talk. So,
and I guess I'm I got it from both because I had a dad that was in the streets, and you know the story of my pops. You know what I'm saying? So, pops went to prison at a young age, and in my eyes, he was my hero.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I done seen my dad whoop folks in front of me at a young age.
Right.
And so I wanted to be like pops. Although there were things as I grew older that I realized that's not the way that a father should present himself in front of his child.
Right.
However, as a youngster, I wanted to be like pops. I wanted to be chest up, chest out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I get into the gang culture and wanted to be all I could be. You know what I'm saying? All I could be. And as you get a little older and you go through something,
right?
I realized that although I am not against the struggle of going through something to get to somewhere, but what comes with it when you see the murder, the drugs, the teen pregnancy rate,
right?
You see the destruction of the family unit,
right? And so, and at that point, are we defining black trauma or are we defining the streets? See, the streets come with those traps, those snares, those those opportunities that has death and time as a reward. You know what I'm saying? But when we looking at teenage pregnancy, malnutrition, education deficits, just different systemic things. That ain't the street.
That's not the street.
That's black life. That's black reality.
That's black reality.
Right.
But sometimes because of those things, people see the streets as a way out or streets as a way of coping with that situation.
And imagine that. The streets as a way out of black reality. That I thought it. I also thought it. So I understand the level of dysfunction to choose a fiery path as a way out of hell.
Ooh, that's kind of cold.
Really? Because that's what we're doing. We're choosing a fiery path
out of hell.
That's out of hell. Man.
And sometimes we go with what we think works because you're in a fiery hell.
That's right.
And you see somebody else, or you're in hell. Let's put it like this: you're in hell, and you see someone else that was in that same hell, and then you look up, and that person that was close to you, or someone that you can realistically touch in your life, in your daily walk and talk,
in your circle,
that appears to be out of the hell, and they're walking a fiery path, but now they bust down.
Right.
And now they jeweled up. Now they riding foreign.
Right.
Now, if you're a man, you got all the girls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you got the finest one off the, however that look, right? Now you done moved out the hood, but you come back to the trap. You know what I'm saying? And you think that because we haven't seen what we haven't been able to, we don't necessarily see the people in our circumference that didn't take the fiery hell. They may have taken really what they think is the harder way, right?
Right.
Buckling down, going to school, getting an education, or learning about a business, or learning a trade, and getting out and doing it the right way and saying, nah, I'm not going to do that. We don't necessarily see that all the time in our immediate circumference. So this looks like success. But really, this other way is a much safer path.
I like to say this. One of my high school classmates grew up in the project with me. I ain't gonna say that we were friends because we went to school together. That was close enough for me. We had a couple of classes together. We was in ROTC together. Right. So that was close enough to say I was acquainted with this guy. And he a doctor now. He a Kappa. Man, fly. He called himself Dr. McDream, and He got the life.
He still put the swag on.
Man, got the swag, got the family, the beautiful wife, the SEL, all this old high-end stuff. Proud of him. And what really made me proud of him is because he posted something. And I was about to post, and I saw his post, and it made me I wanted to say, I'm from the street, Inslee made me. I'm from the BYP brick. I wanted to go that route with my post. And I saw his post about being a doctor and staying diligent and discipline and principles and different stuff. And I said, well, damn, why I didn't make those decisions? Why I couldn't go without eating and eat at school like he did? Why I couldn't go with holes in my shoes and being laughed at and talked about in 2 little shirts? Why I didn't have the fortitude to go through that and make it through that and use that as fuel to become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever my path? Why I didn't possess it then? See, now I realize I was the chump. Because I couldn't take nothing. But he took it all to shine great, get greater later. I understand what that means. Shout out to my homeboy Ontario. Man, a real G for that, man. Listen.
I see a couple of people have jumped on and given us thumbs up. So shout out to Big Phil. I see him tapped in and said what's happening.
That's right.
I see my girl Sherry L. What's happening? I appreciate y'all for stopping by and listening to us run our mouth at the end of the year. We get a chance to do this every now and then, like he said at the beginning. We talk, but we don't necessarily get a chance to politic.
Right.
You know, and it's like you say that, and you might see me still throw it up every now and then.
Hey,
I might still throw it up every now and then.
I ain't gonna lie. I do too, especially dealing with the youth like I do. Most of them gang oriented or organization or some type of clique affiliated. So, I'm at home with them.
Right.
And so and sometimes you gotta show them where you came from. Sometimes just telling them where you came from and enough. You have to show them.
True.
So I ain't gonna say, this topic about if the streets and all of that. If it wasn't for the streets, a lot of people wouldn't have become the people that they are. The streets make great products too.
I don't know if I'm great yet, but I know it made me. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
I don't know if I'm great yet, but it made me.
It definitely
I'm great in his eyes.
That's right. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to send a shout out to everybody in the street right now, man. That's looking for a way out. That's looking for a change in mindset and change in life. I grabbed the culture. I learned a lot. I know about the 5%ers. I knew about Hebrew Israelites. I raised up in the church, and religion and all of that had its place with me. But what really helped me out the street was the culture. Music and the culture. I gotta say that too. Music kind of had me straddle the fence. The culture tipped the scale for me. Once I started tapping into knowledge of self or reigniting the knowledge of self that I already had inside of me, the Crescent Center and really opening up with the culture, that's when I started to really walk away from the streets. And here it is again. The universe was like, nah, that ain't what I want you to do. I want you to go right back out there and pull them babies out the street.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing right now, man. My boys would not want to hear me say my babies, but that's basically what they is. They my babies, man. I love them boys, man. They got good hearts. They got good intentions, and a lot of them rap. A lot of them, let's get into that. Like my boys lock in with YB. They would lock in with a lot of these artists. Some of their artists, this generation artists really support each other. I ain't never seen artists support each other like this. They ain't support
really?
our year.
Really?
No, we but this group generation, man, they support each other. They bang each other shit hard, bro.
Really?
Yes. Shout out to that boy, baby CEO over there, ATG. He doing his thing. I just saw him on the pod on the show. He got on the national syndicated show.
Okay.
And he ripped. He represented Bama. I can't even say that ain't us. He from here. He was doing this thing.
Okay.
I saw him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man. Everybody that's out here putting down. I love Soul too with Cut Dog Drop. You know what I'm saying? But
that's the homie. That's the homie.
These younger artists, they really supporting each other, man.
It's a whole different
culture,
right? You know, and I think outside looking in,
yeah,
I see a lot of unity that I didn't see, and I always wonder. I hope that it continues because I know the stuff that we went through when we was doing music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we could talk about them stories another day too, right?
It was only one could make it to the top. Right. Not everybody. It was only one at a time.
You know, and now there's different paths.
That's right.
There's different paths. And when you lock in, you think about Ocelot, what's happening? Peace. I see you on there.
That's right. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's on there. He's on
there. There you go.
When I get a chance to observe, and I have some of them, I'm still blessed that some of the youngsters still reach out to me, right?
Yeah.
What's up, doubt. What's up, Mr. Benny?
That's right. That's right.
Benny Hertz, Magic. You know, if his Magic is close.
Right,
you know
right.
Or you know, Mr. Benny. You know, it's a respect thing, and they'll come and they'll ask me to check out the music, or they'll ask me, what do I think about this, or they'll give me some insight on the situation that they're going through, and we get a chance to really politic and chop it up, and it'd be a lot of love and respect there because I don't never come with malice.
Man, you know what? I'm glad you said that. It making me think about a post I saw. Barefoot Gang. Bruh name over there. Trouble over there. So he made a post.
He said he was done spinning.
Said he was done spinning with the drill, and so I just wanted to tell him. You know, if I remember going through that. I was in prison when I gave my music back to God because I was on another level with it. I was in gangster heaven, prison like gangster heaven. I could slap, I could drill, we can get the knife, whatever you want to do, we can shoot it out. I was for all that shit. And when I woke up, I couldn't rap no more. And I felt disconnected. I was torn. So I told God, you gave me my music, I'm going to give it back. Right. I gave it back. I never said I was done. I just said I'm giving it back until you give it to me again. And I probably didn't rap for about 3 months. But when he gave it back to me, I did a show for the Nation of Islam Savior's Day. Okay. And I remember telling the imam at the time, they gonna lock us up or they gonna let us go. I'm going that hard. And they locked us up. I went so hard, they ended up shipping Brother Dion and Brother Ice from Draper to stay. They separated everybody and took me to lock up about 72 hours. After they separated, they broke up the Nation of Islam, they sent me back up the hallway. Draper did that. Yeah, I think that's like 93, 94 at Draper.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So maybe about 94. It's before I went to lock up in 95. Carlo and them had robbed the dice game for Super Bowl.
See, he on the live too. You ain't gotta put his business out there like that.
Hey, yeah.
He robbing the dice game in the penitentiary.
Robbed the dice game in the penitentiary. It was Super Bowl Sunday. I ain't never gonna forget it, man. They went to jail. And so I was still alive.
Hey, hold up. You got to clear this up for the folks, right? Because I know.
Yeah.
How you go to jail and you're in penitentiary?
Well, if you in jail, you in population. But when you go to jail, you go to lockup.
Right.
Yeah, right. So now I'm out about a month by myself. Everybody, my whole clique going to jail. They robbed the dice game. So I'm out by myself. And so now, about a month later, I come. They mad as hell because now can't nobody bring them no zoos and whams and cookies and cigarettes. Because now I'm in him, you know, and then I'm in max custody. I'm locked away from them.
Right.
Yeah, man, on a stabbing case, man. But
yeah.
Man, boy, God good, bro.
All the time, right? Because we can tell these stories, folks. When people hear, Carlos said that's my business.
Yeah, man.
He don't even know about you telling all his business.
Hey, yeah. Well, don't nobody know who Carlos is till you say it.
But yeah, it's funny, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like you when it comes to the F the streets thing. It's like I'm from there, and I guess I want to say I want to see the streets win the right way.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see the streets win.
That's what
I want to see the people
about.
be able. Okay, you get it out the mud, you get it out the trenches. Once you got it out the trenches and you dust it off, you know, pressure bust pipes, but it also make diamonds.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
very few get it out the mud. That's just what we want to say. We want to say nobody ain't help us. We want to say that nobody give us a shot. But somebody helped you, man.
Yeah.
Somebody helped. Somebody gave you a shot. Somebody put you on. Even in the street, somebody put you on.
Somebody put you on.
Okay.
Somebody put you on. Okay. Somebody put me on.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you something. So the first studio that I had when I got out, right? One of my partners, I told him, hey, I'm touching down. I'm fit to go hard at this music thing. He said, I know somebody that's got some stuff. I think he got some studio equipment. So, and I still got all of that in my basement now. My little Tascam recorder. You know, so I had
the street put you on.
And he gave it to me for the low.
Oh, man.
You know, he was like, man,
I ain't got nothing that I got for the low out the street. I ain't got nothing.
It's still there. You know, one of these days, you know, when my grandkids grow up, and my grandkids may see this, so I love y'all. I love all my grandbabies. If they get a chance to see this, they be like, Granddaddy, you gotta let me see the old stuff. I want them to be able to see
where it started.
The spools of CDs that I still got downstairs.
That's right.
They don't, you know, how I hustled when I I was bootlegging CDs. Bro.
That's right.
I had my own CD duplicator. I was taking them down to Benny Max to sell CDs.
Let's go back to the street, though. That go back to the street. Street welcome you with open arms. Every time we pushed out any initiative, I took it straight to the hood. Yeah. And I always bubbled. Shout out to Ensley. Ensley always supported me. I'm talking about the real Ensley, 35208, 35218 Ensley. They always supported me when I put stuff down, and we was able to bubble off of that. Every time we was able to bubble because I was deep in the street, and the street always showed the little back, man. So again, I feel both sides of that F the street thing. You know what I'm saying? When you looking at continuous to get caught, what if you get caught with selling weed and go to jail, and it's 3 or 4 times? At what point you gonna say, man?
Maybe I don't. Maybe I wouldn't meant to sell weed. You know, if you get caught 3 or 4 times selling weed, maybe you need to put that one down.
F that. So I think I felt savage what he was saying, man. He was tired of the trauma, the stuff that keep him up at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you want to see that change, but in order for that to change, you got to change. 21. Just being 100. If you saying you tired of the trauma, then change what you doing, change how you moving. You know, you done seen so much. Well, stay from my side. You see what I'm just being for real. Like I've been really following this because anything that touch the street, my ear to it. You know what I'm saying? My feet out here. So I'm listening at the youngsters. Workshop. Half on be on it, and the other half be on YB Problem Child. Like, you know, that trauma bond. And it's next to impossible to break a street trauma bond, bro. Yeah. Straight up. Like
but you know why?
Hell yeah.
Okay. You know why, but I don't think people get it, right? It's like I didn't have too many years in my life.
Right.
When I was 11 or 12.
That's
you know what I'm saying? I didn't have, 11, 12, 13 years old, okay. I was touching the street and I was going to church, but there's only a few people in church that talked to me about what was going on in the street. They were still up here. And I wanted to do that, but then when I got back outside and I go back to the hood, it's like, okay, I'm on the basketball court and folks is banging. You know what I'm saying? Folks has got the bag and folks, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't able to make the connection. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was a smart kid.
Right.
So I didn't have to.
So now the street for me, walking home 11, 12, 13, walking home from church on a Sunday night, you know, we'll do what we got to do to have money for candy at school the next day, because me and my cousin was used to run the store out the bag, right? Yeah. So we got to come up with at least $20, $30 so we can fill the bag up. So we have money all week selling sneakers and honey buns and all kind of now laters. You know, we was running the store for real. Yeah. And so, but that started.
I was selling joints.
That was that came later. That came later. We started with the candy. But that's considered the street though. I walk home from church on the street. I got the money out of the street. I turned around and flipped it and took it to school, which is the streets. To be honest, the school, that's where the streets start.
Yeah, that's where the streets start. Because most of the time you go to school with everybody in your neighborhood.
That's right. And if something gonna happen, it's gonna happen at school and filter to the street.
Yep. And then if it happened in the street,
it's definitely
I'm gonna catch you at school.
Definitely that now parents, if your kid not going to school and got a whole bunch of absentees, number one, the board of education finna send you a letter and you finna have to come to the court and answer that. Okay. Number two, you got to see what your kid into, why he don't want to go to school, because a lot of kids love to learn but they hate school. Why? Number one, other kids them. That's number one. Okay. Number two is how they see themselves. And kids are cruel to each other, man. So if your kid got a confidence problem, more than likely somebody bullying him at school and he don't want to go now. And once
he's bullied on social media.
And once they target you, it's a wrap. They ain't gonna stop until it blow up. YNs don't stop till some stop them. That's all of us, ONs and YNs. You see what I'm saying? You don't stop till some stop you, especially if it feel good. We ain't learned how to beat feel good yet. You know.
Well, the problem is feel good shouldn't involve making someone else feel bad.
That part.
And so
they had to learn that from somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, they learned it because everything that we do is typically learned behavior.
That's right. That's right.
If they learned it, they still didn't realize that that person was still toe up inside. That was just what they used to mask the fact that they was feeling bad. I'm feeling bad, so I'm fit to talk doo-doo about this other person.
Right.
In order to make myself look better, feel better. Because I don't have no way of getting off.
I got to get this pain off of me and let me put it on somebody else. Ain't no doubt. Now, we talking about what the street produce. We talking about, you see, now we still talking about the streets. You see what I'm saying? The streets producing trauma. The streets producing ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? The streets producing this. So now we talking about, and also though, a lot of people afraid of healing because what do I do when I don't have this trauma no more? What do I do when I had to let this trauma go? Let this pain go.
They don't know how to live.
Exactly. So what we do is we keep creating the pain, different
misery loves company.
Okay. We talking now. Now we talking.
Misery loves company.
And now we looking at how they collab now. Now we look at misery love company. Let's look at who collabing.
Everybody is in misery.
Okay.
So we all miserable.
Okay.
But the thing is, the folks that's living good is collabing too.
That's right. That's right.
But they don't get a chance to see that because they stuck in their own misery. It's hard to see over the horizon.
That's right.
You know, what's the thing when you sitting back and you watching the sun set, right? It's dark over here, but it's light somewhere else. But you can't see that right now it's dark in China.
That's right.
We can't see that it's dark in China. And then in China, they can't, when it's light up over there, they can't see that it's right over here.
And not only that, but where's the relevance in even thinking that big when my trauma is right in my face? My hunger is right in my face. Like this thing is so huge. You know what I'm saying? When we saying
what's happening?
F the streets. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
talking to all my folks. They probably
no doubt, man. But we'll run that in the ground, man. Shout out to everybody that been coming on and sending us love, man. Appreciate that, man.
I mean, I think this is good dialogue because everybody, I'm not no social media influencer,
right?
But I think.
Well, I wouldn't say that, bro. Hold
up. Okay.
Flag on the play.
So I'm at work the other day, right?
Okay.
Yes, I do. I am not ashamed to say that I have a day gig, right?
That's right.
I'm at my day gig. Someone turn around and tap me, say, Benny Hurts?
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm sending my family out to Chicago. I didn't even I didn't know his face, but he knew.
Yeah.
Man, do I need my Gatorade?
Yeah, you need some. It's right there. I got
you. Ooh, it got hot in here. That's what it is. And I'm talking about my outside life that most people don't know about. But we finna grab the Gatorade. Man, I'm about to choke. But yeah, so I didn't know his face, but he knew mine.
Right.
He recognized me. Man, we embraced it. He an engineer. And he was like, man, I appreciate all the stuff the game you done gave me and stuff like this. Me and this dude been talking online, never seen each other for 8 years, and he just recognized me in the middle of the damn airport, bro.
Wow. Shout out to Pressure 23 Radio. Patrick, he hit me up. I
appreciate that. P23, that's my people.
That's exactly what he said. He pulled up on me and said, I saw you on the picture with Benny. Them your folks? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, man, I'm Pressure 23 Radio. Woo. Now, we've been walking past each other 2 years.
Oh, I know you're talking about
Cochran. Yeah.
Man, I first time I met him, I was jealous of the beard. I was man, and I don't even want a whole lot of gravy. He was fine.
Man, you're a cool dude, man. Cool dude, man. I want to get over there and check them out.
Anytime you want to. All I gotta do, you got to hook up.
For sure.
Hook up. And Shanti, I appreciate that. Great matter, man. I appreciate you too. A lot of folks tapping in.
That's
man.
what they do, man.
I'm like he said, I have my influence on social media.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But back to the topic that we on. We on F the streets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about F the streets, and some people against that, some people with it. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the streets didn't necessarily kill Biggie. You see what I'm saying? When we go to talking about the streets. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, some stuff you can't say. Not like that and just get away with it naked. Now, I think Savage got enough credibility to say something and walk with it and say what he meant and walk with it. But, you got young soldiers out there like Braves and them, man. But now I'm going to say this in the same breath that Braves said he from the street and what he on and this and that. Soon as Finesse jumped out, let's crash out on live. Brazy said, man, wait a minute, bro. You can go to jail and get out. I can't go to jail and get right out. I'm finna get to this bag, bro. You got a big gangster. I thought that I showed that to the class. Like, hey, even the big gangsters can take down and realize that they got a greater purpose. And then you come right back talking about, how street you is. And, you with all the smoke and all you. Like,
even Pac was like, dear mama, and then you can't see me.
Right. I mean, and at some point, we got to recognize a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and most double-minded men don't stay around too long.
Yeah, but you know what? There's duality in everything, and that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, no doubt. We might need to get on that too. We might because this is what that leads to when we talking about up the street. Like right now, we got the videos playing in the background. Y'all can't see it, but yeah, it making me feel all street. I got videos in the alley, in the street, and all kind of traps.
Man, do you know? There's been times that I really been wanting to crash out.
Yeah,
you know me,
man.
You know me. It's like, and for my people, it's like I hold myself in such regard that I let a lot of stuff go. And at 53 years old, I'm from the set, but I'm not banging. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm not an active gang member.
I ain't got nothing but the consequences for my actions. Like,
Exactly,
I,
right?
if I
But the
slap
thing,
you, I can wear a city assault. But if if I had to toast you up, I can't wear them consequences
no
right
more.
there. So I'm making different decisions.
Decisions, exactly, right?
Straight up.
And even that now is like I got too many people that depend on me financially, emotionally, spiritually, um, as a role model for me to just crash out. But Lord knows, if they'd have caught me and you when we was studying, and we
Shout out to the street.
man, shout out to the streets.
To the east side. Shout out to Kenji over there, man. Rock House forever. You know what I'm saying?
And even then, I was probably on the turn before you was.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no doubt.
Y'all don't know. I used to try to tell Ski, calm down, but he knew that if it went the other way, that I might have been the first one to burn.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. I had a lot of rough edges chipped off of me, bro, carved off of me, because I was rough. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all them folks, that helped make build us, man.
Yeah.
We was able to move heavy on the south side in the street. You know what I'm saying? We actually opened up the south side for artistry over there, because it had some movement going, but like really opening up commercially like that. Well, I think we did that, bro.
And there wasn't a lot of street activity over there. There was like one facet of hip hop was really
rap
dominant.
wasn't over there. Street niggas wasn't over there. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying?
I might have ushered some of that in.
Yeah, you might have to edit some of this out. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this is live.
Oh, well, it is what it is. And yo,
live.
Yeah, Facebook be tripping too sometimes.
Well, once it's on, if they cut it off, they'll cut it off.
That's right.
But if you caught it, you caught it, right?
Shout out to Inslee, Jap, shout out to West End, Tuscaloosa Avenue. Man,
shout
listen. If it wasn't for the street, I don't think I could have made anything that I was doing shake, because I took everything to the street. Right now, we got an initiative in West End, 35211, Lions Roar for Peace, and we starting it right at Harrison Park Community Center, and it's in the street, bro. But it's for the street as well, but it's in the street. So everything, and this initiative, we don't want this to get big and commercial, and no, this is grassroots, for the street, by the street, like community-led, community-driven. Sometimes the individual get lost in community. We don't want the individual to get lost in community, so we're going to keep it for us, by us, in a sense, mean community-led, community-driven. And so I'm super proud of that. I couldn't have done that if I wasn't from the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand 21 Savage saying F the street, but I saw the second interview when he came back and tried to put the context on it, said, now we want to love the street. We want to pour love back into the street. We want to
heal the streets.
But we want to heal the streets. But the thing that keep us down, that keep trapping us, F that. And I was like, I feel that. I felt it either way it go. But I think it was a really good topic for us to address today, man, because there's a lot of people caught up on what the streets think. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle their business because the streets got a certain connotation that come with it, and a certain code that you can't even live your life the way you want to, because you got to live by a street code.
Man, let me tell you something, because this is something that I've realized. I don't want to say I've realized it this year, but it's something that I've stood on more this year. F what somebody else think.
Okay.
I'm gonna do me regardless. Regardless.
Watch me do me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me. And my thing is, they don't care anyway. So why are you worried about what somebody else think? Whether it's in social media, whether it's in the streets,
right?
Whether it's at your profession, do what's going to serve you in your best interest wholeheartedly.
Right.
Because if I decide to get on social media and be silly and do all this other stuff, and I'm doing it for the outcome of going viral and getting a check and all this other stuff, right? Okay, folks is gonna talk about it, but then some folks gonna love it.
That's right.
Now, my thing is, I'm just gonna be authentically me, regardless. I'm not gonna put on no show for nobody,
no matter who in the room.
no matter who's in the room, right? I'm gonna be me, regardless. I don't know how to be nobody else but me. So, and I'm gonna do it unapologetically.
That's right.
So if I have to have a conversation with someone, or I choose not to have a conversation with someone,
right.
I don't care, because they don't.
That's right.
I'm doing what's gonna be best for me.
It made me think about something though. You know, somebody that's being authentically street. How have you? It's almost impossible to counsel them. They street. That council culture don't even exist in the street like that,
because don't nobody care.
And the ones that do ain't enough to stop the money. Ain't enough to stop how they get their money.
Even if the street don't get you the money,
right?
If you street,
you could give a F less.
Exactly.
So
who cares?
So that's some of the stuff that I want to talk about too, like that council culture. Like you can't counsel somebody from the street straight like that. I'm a product of that. Like they try to counsel me around here and what I'm doing on the good side. They trying to counsel me for doing what I do in the street, bro.
And as long as you're doing it authentically,
and because I'm street,
damn what they talk about, you unapologetically.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna be Benny Hertz, Magic, whatever you want to call me.
Prime example.
Unapologetically. I know who I am. I know what I stand for. Am I perfect? By all means, no. Am I gonna slip sometimes? Absolutely.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna stand on business about me.
That's right.
About me.
That's right. And
at that point, I'm unfadable.
Okay.
I'm unfadable.
And don't let the streets be behind me. I'm just saying though, man. Shout out to the streets. I gotta say that, man. The streets built us, man. Everything we done, man.
See, you see how the switch on me just went so professional. I don't want to curse, and then I'm unfadable.
Yeah, right.
I mean, for real.
That's right. That's right.
Still nice from the shoulders at 53.
Hey, that's right. That's right.
Bad back and everything. Will still float one,
man.
Or toast one.
Or make a call, because the streets still got my back.
So shout out to my homeboy too. Two said I done been on calls and I done made them.
Okay, that's
I done
right.
been the person to call.
Okay,
and I done been the person to make the call.
Okay, I got in some raps.
It's so fine. He shout out, man. Too fam first. You already know what's going on at the beginning of the year, you know. So we just in the cut.
That's right. So while we talking about F the Streets and the new hashtag that's going out in the F the Streets campaign that's going on, me and Ben are really talking about doing some next level stuff for the new year. You know, the podcast has been going pretty good, man. Shout out to the streets that been rocking with us so far. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all don't see me that much. But if you do, I might make it nervous. I'm gonna start digging in. You're trying to see what you got going on for the streets. For real, because everything is about the culture, and our culture is the streets. Just straight up like that. Being able to empower the streets to give them better living conditions, better education, you know what I'm saying, better opportunities. We want to empower the community one individual at a time, man. So shout out to everybody that been rocking with us, man. 101.1 The Culture, the podcast and the internet radio. And we're going to keep it G. You can believe that we're going to keep it G, and we're going to turn it up a notch. So be in the numbers in 2026 because we finna take it to a whole nother level. And that's all I'm going to say on that right now. Yeah, you know, that's all I'm going to say on that. But
just stick to the script.
Right.
Just stick to the script.
Just stay in the streets, but not other streets. Okay. Man, it's been a good segment.
Yeah,
man.
Man, listen, if you still on, share it. I'm gonna leave it up for a little bit. I'm just gonna let Facebook take it away. But of course, it will be on the YouTube channel.
That's right.
So 101.1 101.1 The Culture does have a YouTube channel. You can see a lot of our interviews. You can see the ones with Ski and myself. You can see the ones that I've done with other artists. You can see the ones that I've done with some of our influential people in the city, influential people in the culture. Shout out to Brother Walter for allowing us to just be housed here.
That's right.
You know, he is
Brother Walter in the street.
Bro, Walter is the street.
Hey, Brother Walter in the street.
Is the street.
Shout out to Urban Ministry.
Yes.
They tapped into the street in real time. You know what I'm saying?
In the street.
Shout out to Cahaba Medical. You know what I'm saying? They definitely trying to heal
Don't
the
let
street.
the bow tie fool you.
Hey, okay now. Okay.
Don't let the bow tie fool you.
Shout out to I Am Greatness. No doubt they tapped in the street, man. Man, I just want to give y'all flowers while y'all alive, stepping into your destiny, man.
Yes.
Shout out to them. They tapped in, man. They in the street. For real, Alicia Coffee. Shout out to Alicia Coffee. Came from the street. Now she downtown doing it blue collar style.
She need to come on down and do this interview.
That's right.
I know you busy.
That's
Alicia's
right.
Coffee, we love you. Just come on down and holler at your dog.
That's right. Rock Reels. That's right. Y'all come on down, man. They number love, man, from the Crescent. And from the station, man.
When we gonna get Ralph on, man? Since we calling folks out.
You know, Smash Bros. Shout out, they the street. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's like they was the blueprint.
Man, no doubt, man. Ain't nothing but love. I saw a little live I did, and I was actually in the lobby. It was a video, a memory, and it was me opening up the lobby with the 2-piece special, and I was like, I'm a building block for everything that happened in that lobby after that. Right. I was the first one to open it up down there. You know what I'm saying?
You're the first one to be on Smash Bros.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, I got a lot of firsts, man. I love bro for putting me on, man. I felt like I was a failure a lot of time because some of the stuff that I was trying to do didn't really take off. But I was successful in my own way. You know what I'm saying? And if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be as confident as I am now doing what we doing now. You know what I'm saying? You know
how many times I done fumbled?
No doubt.
You know what I mean? I've fumbled.
That's right.
You know, I done had the bag and fumbled it. I done fumbled relationships sometimes. I done fumbled opportunities sometimes.
That's right.
And you know what? I'm still okay.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And the thing was, at least I'm able to own up to the fact that, you know what? Because I've called people and said, hey, I know you tried to alley-oop me on that, man, and I really just kind of dropped the ball. Man.
Right,
I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through something. I'm going to shake back, but I would be less of a man if I didn't come to you and tell you, you know what? I appreciate you. I fumbled that. You know what I mean? So
I want to send a shout out to Romeo Christian.
Rome.
He the streets. I'm gonna send a shout out to Benny Mac. He the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people that I know. D2B over there on the east side, man. Milton King, he the streets. Jap Jones over here on the west side, the Opportunity Center, he the streets.
What up, Lo?
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, ain't nothing but love. Southern Grove, J. Reed Jones, he the streets. Renew Birmingham, Jarrell Jones, he the streets. I gotta give a shout out to the streets, man. Like, you know, they represent non-profit organizations, man, that's healing the streets, that's healed the trauma in the streets. Man, I shout them out, man. Like, when we go to talk about F the streets for real, what are we really saying? I mean, you got to be talking about that negative component because there's so many positive components out here posted up in the street now.
Facts.
So, you know, without further ado, I don't want to hold y'all forever,
we fit to get up off of here, man. We've been running it for right at an hour. So, you know, it needed to happen, needed to take place.
That's right.
Tap into the station. Tap into the culture. The podcast. Follow Ant Ski. Anthony Ant Ski Williams. Follow Benny Hertz.
And let us know some of the topics that y'all want to hear us discuss too.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I'm gonna go there. I ain't scared to go there. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm ready to go there. I'm in the street, right?
Yeah, Ski is the streets. Ski is the streets. Man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love you, Ski. To everybody out there, happy holidays, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate right now, I hope you get a chance to spend time with your loved ones. And if you're not celebrating, still go out there and love one another. With that being said, 101.1 Big Magic and Ski. Bop, bop, we out.
That's right.